So I grabbed Squad 44 off the summer sale. People have been talking about it all over my social media. Everyone is saying it is the World War II game. I get it installed and get it running, and I run around for a bit, take part in some action, and then it suddenly reminded me of one of my favorite games from last summer. I was suddenly hit with an epiphany that I already played the best World War II FPS ever. And it's not Squad 44. So join me on a trip tonight into the best World War II shooter I've ever played.
Like right.
Holy crap, there's a lot of them right there.
I just got RPGs.
What is Hell Let Loose? Hell Let Loose, well, Steam honestly says it best. It's a hardcore World War II FPS with epic battles of 100 players with infantry, tanks, artillery, a dynamically shifting front line, and a unique resource-based RTS-inspired metagame. And that sounds pretty spot on to me. It also feels like one of those games where you'll either love it or you will not love it. Let me know in the comments what you think about Hell Let Loose, and while you're down there, you can subscribe and support the channel
For free!
But to me, immersion doesn't get any better than holding a beautifully crafted weapon, fighting in realistic historic war fronts. The subtle explosions in the background, the subtle or empty UI, just totally focused on the war front. This is just so easy to get lost in. This is big wars, 50v50, shit that has dynamic battles happening on all sides of each capture point. The game modes are warfare, offensive, and skirmish, so it's enough to keep you from getting too bored. The gameplay is a good mix of casual and hardcore, not arcade enough for people to 360 YOLO no-scope you, but not realism with all the blueberries running around acting like idiots. It's also a little clunky, the movement's just a little clunky, but it's not the end of the world. It's almost charming because of the World War II aesthetic. Hell Let Loose is also available on consoles as well, but I'll be talking about the PC version today. So with that said, grab on your frames because we're heading to more town.
This map has really bad frames. I don't know if that's what you might be experiencing.
These maps are absolutely stunning. Your frames will pay huge sometimes, but they really do a great job of capturing the beauty of these war-torn locations. There are 16, I believe, different locations that feature different allied nations, the USA, the USSR, and Britain. The Germans you're always fighting the German front. I did get a little ahead of myself though. Before you can see the beautiful maps, you have to pick your role. Do you want to lead your squad into battle while coordinating with a commander in your squad? How about assault and go in guns blazing with smoke everywhere? Yeah. If that's a little too fast paced though, maybe you can trust support and carry ammo and supplies to help build garrisons or respawn points. Or better yet, be an engineer. Build supply nodes. Supply nodes are the backbone. Logistics are the backbone of wars, gentlemen. Backbone. And you can also satchel tanks, which you get a high note. If satchels aren't a big enough explosion for you though, hop into a tank as a commander or a crewman and cruise around blowing the shit out of everything. If you want all that boom with zero satisfaction, hop on an artillery cannon and shell the living shit out of your teammate. Enemies, not teammates. Enemies. Getting bombed to hell by Artie? Hop on a recon squad with a two-man team, a spotter or a sniper. Head to the back line and cause havoc on everyone. Not happy with any of those? Be the commander and play an RTS game. Coordinate your squads and manage supplies. Call in recon planes, drop supplies, bombing runs, airheads, paratroopers. You can play this game in most ways that you want. That's one of the things that I enjoy the most. There's so many options that you can do to actually help your team. You want to be a gunner and just lay down suppressing fire? Done.
Machine gun, where you need me?
Tank hunter? Done. Drive tanks? Done. Shoot tanks? Done. Shoot artillery? Done.
Many hours later.
Down as a pacifist, reviving all your teammates, role-playing your own Hacksaw Ridge? Done. There are 6 infantry squad roles to choose from, 2 recon roles, 3 tank roles. Last but most importantly, the commander role. But with all these roles, we're going to need comrades to fill them, and in comes the community. It's pretty neat because the game prioritizes communication. Teams really need to use communication to win. There are almost always people talking in comms. Sometimes it's an order from a commander or a squad leader. Other times,
Joe Biden's new porno. It's really fucking slow.
if no one is talking on your squad, you should find a new one because it's a much better experience in the game. You will occasionally find the entitled cunt who will criticize you in text chat on every single command you make, but then never answer or talk in command chat. Or just the occasional old head who comments about your nodes or whatever they can find you miserable about. but don't let a few bad apples spoil your time. Most of the people here are there to have fun, and they're almost always teach you along the way. A full squad of 6 using voice comms and useful roles to maneuver around a crucial point and set up a back garrison or spawn is such a great experience. You will come out of it with war stories you could not imagine, especially when you have a good squad leader and some good camaraderie in your squad. That is, if you can find a good server. It makes a ton of difference to be on a good server. A lot of people are loyal to certain servers because they had a good time there, or it was more competitive or serious, or they laughed their ass off. But in my experience at least, a good server, you can consistently have that. I like the easy company servers, Lucky Strike, Bad Intentions are the ones I've been playing on the most. There will probably be other servers that I play on because I like to move around and I play at different times of the day. But these are just the ones I like, and there are plenty out there to join based off of your preference. If you want a competitive environment or RP or whatever, most servers have Discord communities and clans that do clan matches and game nights. This is great for loners like me who have no friends to play games with. If you do have friends though, I do imagine it would be a fucking fantastic time to have a full squad of people you know. Comms aren't the only thing you'll be hearing. The sound design in Hell Let Loose is insane. And they feel good too. The M1 Garands are chunky. The Thompson, which is my favorite US gun besides the Colt 45, feels amazing. The bolt actions feel and sound so nice. This has some of the best sounding and better textured guns that I've seen outside of some of the highly detailed stalker mods. Explosions, bullets pinging off the ground beside you, a fellow soldier screaming in agony, while the one in front of you blows up from an arty shell, leaving only his leg. God damn, this game gives me chills. It's really, really so immersive. You could say it's immersive as hell. While I am a history buff, I'm not sure how historically accurate the battlefields are, but man, I could get lost wandering around a lot of them. That is, until the frame drops and I realize it isn't perfect. This game does have optimization struggles for a lot of these maps, with rubber banding, low FPS. Sometimes you trade with opponents in firefights, or just straight up moonwalk out of the battlefield. It just feels really bad sometimes. Speaking of bad, who the hell redid the classes in-game? I'm not even sure when this was updated, but it needs to go back. The UI in-game when you were choosing classes was so simple. Now I have to hit 2 tiny arrows to change my loadout to find the other class I was going to run. I can't even click on the picture, I have to click on the words. That is not a fun experience coming back to, and it sucks. But the menu UI is nice though, very simple, makes it easy to organize. It makes it easy to organize there at least when you can't do it in the game as well. But here you can put on your favorite camo and your favorite face bruise. Make sure you take off your white clothes though when you're not in snow maps because you'll stick out really bad. I do it often. And I didn't really talk about tanks in this because I'm not really a tank person. I would be down to hop in with someone, but I really enjoy the boots on the ground infantry shit or sniping and recon. If you have $50 to spend, or you can find it on sale for $25 or $30, Hell Let Loose will offer you an amazing time and some fantastic memories. World War II games have been around for forever, and they've been done 100 different ways, but this one really is phenomenal. This game has its dips, but it's always been a stable and mostly growing fan base for a few years now. They're adding consistent updates, though some of the updates I disagree with personally. It is new stuff nonetheless. So hop on and find you a good server and get to warring. If you're nervous to drop in because the game's overwhelming, I think you should go into this game green as a goose. You can only learn a game once, so enjoy the time you spend learning, ask questions, talk to people, and tell any asshole that tells you to go watch a YouTube guide on how to do something to fuck off. That's not playing a game. That's bullshit. Anyways, if you have any game recommendations I should play, or let me know your favorite World War II game down below in the comments. This is just mine. It's all subjective. While you're down in the comments, feel free to subscribe and like the video. They're completely free and really support me on this YouTube journey. As I'm writing this, we just hit 800 subs, which is freaking awesome. Thank you guys so much. That is insane. We continue onward to 1K. Maybe we can hit that before Stalker 2 comes out. Who knows? But thank you for joining me on this trip into Hell Let Loose. This has been Loner JB. Good night.